Hello students, Gmat series continuing Gmat series. Today's first question is in pentagon PQRST. PQ is equal to 3, QR is equal to 2, RS is equal to 4 and ST is equal to 5. Which of the lengths 5, 10 and 15 could be the length of PT? Right? First of all we will draw the figure pentagon, but this is not a regular pentagon because the sides are of different lengths. So PQRST, right? PQRST. Now PQ is 3, QR is 2, RS is 4 and ST is 5. So you have been asked that which of the lengths 5, 10, 15 could be the length of 15. So first of all we will join R and T, then we will join Q and T. Now see, we have one triangle RST and QRT and then QTP. Now to solve this question we must know the theorem that the length of third side of any triangle is less than the sum of other two sides and greater than the difference of lengths of other two sides. So this is a theorem which you must remember. Now what does it say? That the length of any of the third side is always is less than the sum of the other two sides and greater than the difference of their sides. Now in triangle RST, the length of RT, now 5 plus 4 is 9 and 5 minus 4 is 1. So RT has to be less than 9 and greater than 1. Fine. According to this theorem, sum is 5 plus 4, 9 and 5 minus 4 is 1. So RT, the third side in triangle RST should be greater than their difference, which is 5 minus 4 and less than their sum. Now moving to triangle QRT. Now here QR is 2 and RT is between 9 and 1. So practically it will take value 8 to 2. Right? So I will write Q in triangle QRT, QT. Now 9 plus 2 is 11. So QT has to be less than 11, which means the practical value will be 10. And here in this side, now 9 plus 2, 11. The maximum length, now 1, 2 minus 1 is 1. So QT has to be greater than 1 and less than 11. So if I talk of this, the maximum value RT can take the maximum value 8, right? Or minimum value RT can take is 2, right? Now the other side is QR is 2. So 8 plus 2, 10. So which is less than 11 and 2 minus 2, 0. So greater than 1, right? Now in triangle QPT, QP is 3, PT we need to find. So PT can take value 11 plus 3, 14. So PT has to be less than 14, 11 plus this one because QT we have found out. Now greater than, so 3 minus 1, 2. So PT has to be greater than 2 and less than 14. Now in this case PT can't take the value 15, but it can take the value 5 and 10 because PT is greater than 2. So it can take 5 and 10, and so the limiting condition for PT is that it has to be less than 14. So starting from 13 to 3 to 13, it can take the value. So 5 and 10 fall in this category, but 15 is greater than that. So we'll discard the option where 15 will be the option. So the right option will be option number C, 5 and 10 only. The arithmetic mean of the list of the numbers above is 4. If K and M are integers and K is not equal to M, what is the median of the list? So we have been given 1, 2, 3, 6 numbers. Arranging them, we will arrange that like this: 2, 3, 3, 8, and then we have K and M, and we don't know the position of this. So for finding the median, we either arrange them in ascending order or in descending order. And second more thing, for finding median, if the number of terms are odd, then the center term is, let us suppose the term number of terms are 7. Then third term is the middle term, right? Sorry, fourth term. So 3 terms this side, 3 terms this side. But if the number of terms are even, then the middle 2 terms are taken. So if now in this case the number of total terms is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms are there. So third and fourth term divided by 2 will be the median. Now another thing they have given that the arithmetic mean of the list. So that means 3, 3, 6, 6, 14 and this 16. So basically 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 8 plus K plus M divided by 6 is given to be 4. So that means 8, 3, 11, 14, 16 plus K plus M has to be equal to 6 into 4, 24. Or I can say K plus M is equal to 24 minus 16, 8. Now, two conditions are there, that k and m are integers, right? And second is k is not equal to m. Now, we'll discuss all the cases for this. Now, the very first case arises that either k has to be less than 4, okay? K is less than 4 and m is greater than 4, because k and m can't be equal to 4. So I can't put 4 plus 4 equal to 8 and assigning value k and m 4, because k is not equal to m. So either k has to be less than 4 and m has to be greater than 4. In that case, the values for k arises will be 1, 2, 3, and for this will be 5, 6, 7. See, now 2 plus 6 will be the case, right? 7 plus 1 will be the case, or 5 plus 3 will be the case, right? Now, let us suppose, so taking them in pair, like k, m, I can say they can have value 1, 7, another will be 2, 6, and another will be 3, 5. Now let us take first case 1, 7. So in that case, the order will be 1, 2, when I am taking k equal to 1 and m equal to 7. So k will position at the extreme left side, then 2, then 3, then 3, then 7, then 8, right? Now in this case, since the number of terms are 6, so middle two terms are 3 plus 3. So the median will become 3 plus 3 divided by 2, which is 6 by 2 equal to 3. So in this case, the median comes out to be 3, right? Now, taking other case where k is equal to 2 and m is equal to 6, right? In that case, I can write that the sequence will be like this: 2, 2, 3, 3, 6, 8. Again, you see that in the middle 3 and 3 are falling. So median in this case will be 3 plus 3. Again, it will be 6 by 2 equal to 3. Right? So we have done 1, 7, 2, 6. Now 3, 5. So when k is 3, m is 5. So in this case, sequence will be 2, 3, 3, 3, 5, 8. Right? So this is an ascending order sequence. Now in this case again, you see that the middle two terms are 3 and 3. So that means the median will be again 3 plus 3 divided by 2, which is 3. Right? Now there will be some cases, like if I interchange the values, that means if I change the order, that m, k is like 1, 7, 2, 6 and 3, 5. As we have seen that the sequence is again the same, and the sequence will be again like this, and the median will be again 3, 3, 3. So changing the values m and k into the same sequence will not affect the value of median. So the median for this case will be option number C, that is 3. So right option is option C. Right? There can be one more case also here, where I can give an order k, m, where k can take the value 0 and m can take value 8. In that case, the sequence will be 0, 2, 3, 3, 8, 8. Right? Again, you see in the center the two numbers that are falling are 3 into 3 and 3. So that means median will be again 3 plus 3 divided by 2, which is 3. So in all the cases, median comes out to be 3. The option number 3, option number C is correct option. When the figure above is cut along the solid lines, folded along the dashed lines and taped along the solid lines, the result is a model of a geometric solid. This geometric solid consists of two pyramids, each with a square base that they share. What is the sum of number of edges and the number of faces of this geometric solid? Right? So from this, a figure is generated which is having a common square base, and two pyramids are drawn, and the square base is shared by both these pyramids. So we'll try to draw the figure first. So it will be like this. First we will draw the square base. So that will be somewhat like this. Right? And so let us suppose this is a square base on which a pyramid is built. So one will be like this, right? And joining which will be in the back side. Right? And the second pyramid will be in the downside. So that will be like this. So this is the square base and this one. Right? So basically this is a square base, and one pyramid is above it and one pyramid is below it. Now we need to find the number of edges and the number of faces of the geometric solid. So first of all, we will calculate the number of edges. So number of edges will be 4 edges will be of the square base. So 4 will be the edges of square base, plus now 1, 2, 3 and 4 edges on the top, right? So this will be having 4 edges at the of the top pyramid and 4 edges in the below pyramid. So total it will be having how many edges? 12 edges, right? Now faces. If we talk of faces, on the top pyramid we will be having, so if we draw a simple pyramid with a square base, we will come to know that it will be having 4 faces. So 4 faces of the top pyramid, plus again same 4 faces in the bottom pyramid, right? As the face of the square base will be consumed inside the geometrical solid. So total number of faces will be 8 faces. So total number of edges and faces will be 12 plus 8, 20. So right option for this will be option C. 2x plus y is equal to 12 and mod of y is less than equal to 12. For how many ordered pairs x comma y that are solutions of the system above are x and y both integers? Now we have been given two equations. One is 2x plus y is equal to 12 and the second one is y mod of y is less than equal to 12. So from here we can deduce that y can take the values. Let us suppose this is a set A which comprises of this inequality. So it will have values from plus minus 12, then plus minus 10, then plus minus 8, plus minus 11 also, plus minus 7, because x and y are both integers. So y can take values from minus 12 to up to plus 12, right? So on up to then 0 and then again plus minus 1, plus minus 2 and so on up to plus minus 12. So these are the values which y can take. Now here we have been given 2x plus y equal to 12, or I can write 2x equal to 12 minus y, and x can be written as 12 minus y upon 2, right? Now for x to be integer, we know that if we subtract 12 minus, let us suppose we take a value 11. So 12 minus 11, so that will be divided by 2, that will be 1 by 2, and this is not an integer. So what we conclude from this and this is that the values for y can only be even numbers or even integers, making x to be integers. So the condition for x to be integer is that y should always be an even integer. So from this, the set A dash gets reduces to only even numbers. So that will be plus minus 12, plus minus 10, plus minus 8, so on up to plus minus 12, and one more, that is 0, right? So these are the only values which when put in y, then x will be an integer. So we'll calculate these values. So one will be plus minus 2 values, plus minus 10 2 values, plus minus 8 2 values, plus minus 6 2 values, plus minus 4 2 values, and plus minus 2, right? So 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this will be 6 into 2 plus 1 is 0 also. We have to consider 0 also. So that will be 13. So 13 ordered pair. So when we put this value, x will be having some value. Let us suppose we put one value, x equal to plus 12 value. So 12 minus 12. So that will be, x will be having value 0 in this case. So second will be, if I put minus of 12, so that will be 24 by 2 and that will be 12. Right? So in all, there will be 13 ordered pairs in which will be called the solution of this system. So the right option for this will be option D, 30. See here clearly you have the option is 12 also, in which you can neglect this, but 0 has to be included in this because it is in between minus 12 to plus 12. So right option for this will be option D. The United States Mint produces coins in 1 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, 25 cent and 50 cent denominations. If a jar contains exactly 100 cents worth of these coins, which of the following could be the total number of coins in the jar? So first of all, we know that 1 cent in American dollar currency is known as pennies, right? You must remember this. So let us suppose we let that number be P. Now next is 5 cent. So 5 cent is called nickels. 5 cent is nickels. So we'll represent it, the number of it will N, small n. Now next is 10 cent. So 10 cent is represented with dimes. So we'll let it to be small d. Next is 50 cent. And 20. Sorry, after 10 there is 25 cent. So 25 cent is known as quarters. So we'll represent it with Q and is then 50 cent. So 50 cent coin is known as half dollar, right? Half dollar. So represented with small h. The number of it, right? Now we have been told that in a jar all these are in mix and they are of exactly 100 cents worth. So that means basically, now let us suppose these are the number of 1 cent coins, n is the number of 5 cent coins. So this is basically, we have supposed that these are the number of different cents of coins in the jar. Now p multiplied by 1 plus 5n, 5 multiplied by n. So this is their worth, 10d plus 25q plus 50h. So this total worth should be 100 cents. So that is 100 cents means 100 cent 100, right? Now if I shift it to this side, so I will be getting p equal to 100 minus 5n minus 10d minus 25q minus 50h. You must remember that n, d, q, h is the, and p is the number of these coins. P is the number of 1 cent coins. N is number of nickels. So 1 nickel is having 5 cent worth. So 5 into n will be the actual worth. Now if I take p equal to, now I will take in common 5. So here I would be left with 20 minus n minus 2d minus 5q minus 10h. Right? So this will be the number of pennies. So from here I can deduce that p, pennies, is a multiple of 5. Right? Now the question says which of the following could be the total number of coins in the jar. So total number of coins has to be arranged like this, that the total worth should be equal to 100 cents. So first is 91 coins. Right? So we have to arrange it like that, that their worth should be equal to 100 cents. Right? So how we can arrange that? So for 91, if I suppose that there are 90 pennies, so 90 multiplied by 1, right? 90 number of pennies. So P. Now I am left with how many worth? 10. So I can have 1 dime, so 10 into 1, or I should write it as 1 into 10, right? So this is the number. First one is representing the number of those, and 10 is dime, and these are pennies. So this amounts to the worth of 100. So that means 91 coins in the jar can amount to the total of 100 cents. So this is possible. Now second option for us is 81. Right? Now we will look for possibilities. Now let us suppose if I have 80 pennies multiplied by 1. So now I would be left with 1 coin. Now in worth I should have this to be multiplied by 20, but you see there is no 20 cent worth, so there is no possibility. The maximum I can write over here is 25, right? But this gets total to 105, so this is not a possibility. But we had to keep in mind that this should always be a multiple of 5, right? Penny should always be a multiple of 5. Now lowering the total, if I assume that number of pennies are 75, then 75 into 1. So to get the worth of 100 cents, I need to have other coins to be having worth 25, right? Now I am left with 6 coins, because total 81 coins, 75 are pennies, then 6 coins will be left. So if I multiply 6 multiplied by 5, so that will amount to 30, right? So that will amount to 6 multiplied by 5 will amount to 30. So that will again 75 plus 30 will be 105. So this will be beyond the 100 worth. So this is also not possible, right? Because total has to be 81. Just like in this, 81 has to be total, and P has to be multiple of 5. Now next possibility is the number of pennies be 70. In that case, these coins should have the worth 30, right? And number of coins should be 11. So 11 multiplied by 5 is 55. So greater than that is this only possible, right? So if I multiply 11 into 1, so that will be not having worth equal to 100. 11 into 10 will be much more than that. So greater than that 5 is giving us value 11 into 5 is 55. So if I multiply 5 into 11, so that will be much more than greater than 100 worth. So this combination is also not possible. So on as you move on. So 65 into 1 plus, now how many coins I would be having to manage in the other cents? So that will be 1 and 65, 71 and 81. So that will be 16 coins, and worth should be 35. So in any case, by having these in any order, this is not possible. So overall I can say that 81 coins in the jar is not possible, right? Now last option for us is 76. So third option is 76 coins. So for making 76 to be to the total number of coins and worth to be, so P has to be multiple of 5. So 70 into 1, let us suppose we have 70 pennies making it 70 cents. So now we need the worth over here to be 30. So total should be 100. So now number of coins left is 6. So if I multiply 6 by number of nickels, so that amounts to be 6 into 5, 30. So this total is possible over here. So number of coins can be 76 in the jar. So right option for this will be 1 and 3 only. So right option will be option number D. So we can have 91 and 76 number of different coins in the jar to have a worth of 100 cents, but 81 is not possible, right? The points R, T and U lie on a circle that has radius 4. So we will first draw a circle, and there are 3 points R, T and U that lie on the circle that has a radius is 4. So this is, let us suppose center be O. So this is 4 and this is 4. Now we have been given that if the length of arc RTU, so this length of the arc RTU is RTU length arc is 4 pi upon 3. What is the length of the segment RU? So you need to find this length, segment RU length. Now, we know that length of the arc of a circle is given by the formula 2 pi r theta. Theta is the angle which it makes at the center, this arc RU. So divided by 360 has been given to us equal to 4 pi upon 3, right? R being 4, so we can replace R with the value 4. 2 pi 4 theta upon 360 degree equal to 4 pi by 3. So pi and pi gets cancelled, 4 and 4 gets cancelled. So here it will be 180. So theta will be equal to 180 degree divided by 3, which is equal to 60 degree. So this arc makes an angle of 60 degree at the center. Now OR, if you closely see this triangle ORU, I will draw this triangle ORU, right? So in ORU, this is 4 being the radii of the circle, and this angle is 60 degree. Now this becomes an isosceles triangle, so the angles opposite to this side and this side must be equal. So if I say this is x, this will be x, right? Now, so with the angle sum property of triangle, the sum of three angles should be equal to 180 degree. So 60 degree plus twice of x should be equal to 180 degree. From this I get 2x is equal to 180 degree minus 60 degree, or this is 120 degree, and x will be 60 degree. So that means all the angles are 60 degree. So that means triangle ORU is an equilateral triangle, right? So this is an equilateral triangle. So we need to find the value of RU. So RU in this case will also be equal to 4. So RU is equal to 4. So right option for this question will be option number D, 4. A certain university will select one of 7 candidates eligible to fill a position in the mathematics department and 2 of 10 candidates eligible to fill 2 identical positions in the computer science department. If none of the candidates is eligible for a position in both departments, how many different sets of 3 candidates are there to fill the 3 positions? Now, first is selection of one candidate from 7 candidates. So that can be done in 7 ways, right? So I would write selection of one candidate from 7 candidates can be done in 7 different ways, right? Now the second is we have to select 2 candidates out of 10 candidates, and there is a condition that none of the candidates eligible for a position in both the departments. So selecting 2 candidates from 10 candidates can be done through 10C2, right? So this is basically equal to 10 factorial upon 10 minus 2 factorial multiplied by 2 factorial. So this will be 10 factorial upon 8 factorial into 2 factorial. So this will be 10 into 9 into 8 factorial divided by 8 factorial into 2 factorial. So 8 factorial gets cancelled. So we'll be left with 10 into 9, and 2 factorial is basically 2 into 1. So this will be 9 into 5, 45 base, right? So now the question asks how many different sets of 3 candidates. So different possibilities will be 45 multiplied by 7. So this will be basically 40 plus 5 into 7. So this will be 280 plus 35. So this will be 315 ways. So right option for this will be, these are the 315 sets. So right option will be option number E. A survey of employers found that during 1993, employment costs rose 3.5%, where employment cost consists of salary cost and fringe benefit cost. If salary cost rose 3% and fringe benefit cost rose 5.5% during 1993, then fringe benefit cost represented what percent of employment cost at the beginning of 1993? So here the question asks that in the year 1993, employment cost rose 3.5%, and this employment cost consists of salary cost and fringe cost. So let us suppose employment cost is represented by capital E, and this is equal to salary cost. So let us suppose we represent it by capital S, plus fringe benefit cost is capital F. So E is equal to S plus F. Now according to the question, an increase of 3% in salary cost. So salary cost increased by 3% and fringe benefit cost rose by 5.5%. Right? And these two increase in the employment cost to be increase of E, 3.5% increase. Right? So according to the parameters given, I can write that 3.5% increase in E will be represented as 1 plus 0.035 E. Right? So this is equal to 1 plus 3% is 1.03. So I will write 1.03 S plus 1.055 F, right? Or I can write that 1.035 E is equal to 1.035 S plus 1.055 F. Right. Now the question asks, then fringe benefit cost represented what percent of employment cost? So fringe benefit and employment cost. Right. So we know that E is equal to S plus F. So I can write 1.035 multiplied by S plus F equal to 1.035 S plus 1.055 F. Right. Now opening the brackets, I will be having 1.035 S plus 1.035 F equal to 1.035 S. Sorry, here it is 1.03 S plus 1.055 F. 1.03. I mistakenly wrote 5 also. Now shifting like terms, so 1.035 S minus 1.03 S equal to 1.055 F. Shifting this to right hand side, minus 1.035 F. Right? So now taking S as common, 1.035 minus 1.03, taking F common, 1.055 minus 1.035. Now S multiplied by 1.035 minus 1.030, so this is equal to basically 500.005 S. 0.005 equal to again 1.055 1.035, so this will be 0.20 point, so 0.02 F. Right? Now S to F ratio we can calculate from here, so that will be S equal to 0.02 divided by 0.005 of F. Right? So this will be further equal to 2 divided by 10 raised power 2 multiplied by 5 into 10 raised power 3. Right? So this will get cancelled. You would be left with 20 upon 5, which is 4. So now S upon F ratio is equal to 4. Right? S upon F ratio is equal to 4. Now what we need to find is basically is the ratio of fringe cost represented how much of the employment cost. So we need to find percentage of F upon E. Now S upon F is equal to 4, and we know that E is equal to S plus F. Right? So I can write S equal to 4F. From here I can deduce that S is equal to 4 times of F. So E will be equal to 4F plus F, or I can write E equal to 5 times of F. Right? But I need the ratio F upon E. So this will be, I need this ratio. So that will be F upon E. Shifting 5 to other side, I will get 1 by 5. So in terms of percentage, I will multiply it by 100. So this will be equal to 20%. So right option for this will be option number B. Right option. Right? The subsets of the set WXY are W, X, Y, WX, WY, XY, WXY and empty subset. Right? Now, how many subsets of the set WXYZ contain W? So we have been asked this question. Now we know that if there are n number of elements in a set, then the total number of subsets which can be created is equal to 2 raised to power n. But here the value of n is equal to 4. So number of elements in the main set is 4. So number of subsets possible will be 2 raised to power n or 2 raised to power 4 in this case, which will be equal to 16. So out of these 16 subsets, including the empty subset also, we need to find how many subsets contain W. So first of all, we know that the chances of having an element in a subset is equal to both which contain that subset and which doesn't contain that subset. So we can apply this also, or we can find that number of subsets. So first will be W alone, fine. Next will be combination of 2. So W with X, W with Y and W with Z. So I will write W with X, next will be W with Y and next will be W with Z. Fine. Now next will be subsets of 3 elements. So that will be W combined with XY. Right. Next will be W combined with X and Z, W, X, Z, and next will be leaving X, then W, Y, Z. Right. And the last one will be containing all these 4 elements. So that will be W, X, Y, so we'll count these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there will be total 8 subsets out of 16 which will be containing W. So the right option for this will be option number D. There are 5 cars to be displayed in 5 parking spaces with all the cars facing the same direction. Of the 5 cars, 3 are red and 1 is blue and 1 is yellow. If the cars are identical except for color, how many different display arrangements of the 5 cars are possible? So first of all, we have 5 different spaces for displaying of 5 cars. Out of these, 3 3 are red, right? And these 2 are, one is blue and one is yellow. So for arranging these 3 identical red cars, we have the possibility through these can be arranged in 5 places in the way 5C3. So this is basically 5 factorial upon 5 minus 3 factorial into 3 factorial. So this will be 5 factorial upon 2 factorial into 3 factorial. So this will be equal to 5 into 4 into 3 factorial divided by 2 factorial into 3 factorial. So this will be equal to 5 into 4 divided by 2 into 1. So this will be 10 different ways these 3 cars can be arranged on in 5 places. Now this is for 3 identical red cars. Now for the 2 other, we have only 2 spaces and 2 possibilities are possible. So there will be 2 possibilities for one blue and one yellow car. So total will be possibilities will be 10 multiplied by 2. So this is equal to 20 different display arrangements are possible. So right option for this will be option number A. The number under root of 63 minus 36 root 3 can be expressed as x plus y root 3. So we have been given that under root of 63 minus 36 under root 3 can be expressed as x plus y root 3 for some integer. So x and y are belong to I or integer, right? Now what is the value? We have been asked what is the value of x into y. Now first of all, we would try to make this a square of something so that this square root can get cancelled. Now if you want, I have made a separate video on this, making a square of inside a square root. So here inside the square root we have 63 minus 36 root 3. So since here it is 1, so it must be like a square plus b square minus 2ab, right? And a square plus b square has been addition and put up in 63. So we can say that the value of 2ab is equal to 36 root 3, or I can say ab is equal to 18 root 3. Now we will bifurcate this 18 root 3 into a and b such that their sum equals to 63, the square of sum of their squares. Now we will just break it into 6, 3, dot root 3, right? So this is basically 18 root 3. Now if I take a equal to 6 and b equal to 3 root 3, so a square will be equal to 36 and b square will be equal to 3 into 3, 9 into 3, 27. So now on addition 36 plus 27, I will be getting 3, 13, 1, 3 to 5, 63. So the total is 63. So that means I can write this as, this whole expression can be written as a is equal to 6. So 6 square plus 3 root 3 whole square, right? Minus 2 dot a 6 dot 3 root 3. So you can see 6 square is 36 plus 27, 63 minus 6 to 12, 12, 3, 36 root 3. So we have been given this like this. So this is basically a square plus b square minus 2ab. So I can write this as 6 minus 3 root 3 whole square under root. So this square and under roots will get cancelled. So I would be left with 6 minus 3 root 3. And now I will equate it with x plus y root 3. So on comparison, I will get the value of x equal to 6. And since here it is negative, it is positive. So y will take the value. So root 3 will get cancelled. Y will take the value minus 3. So from this I can deduce that the value of x multiplied by y will be equal to 6 into minus 3 equal to minus 80. So right option for this question will be option number A. Thank you for today's lecture. Bye bye. Take care. If you find anything which I have unintentionally done wrong, please do comment. Bye bye. Take care.